You are now tuned in to SportsAttic.
How was your weekend, my boy?
Chill, man. When it's saw Wakanda Forever.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, it was a good
Was it lit?
movie.
It was a good movie?
It's a good storyline. So if I
Yeah.
had to rate the movie,
Okay.
I'd say I'd say it's a really good storyline. It's very emotional. It's a good movie. So I give it, let's say, 7.5
Okay,
as
seven and
a
a half. We,
as a movie. But as a Marvel movie, it got to be like a 3.
oh, damn,
Yeah,
that sucks.
yeah. And I don't want to give much of the storyline away as to why I felt that way. But it's just more about, the superhero part.
I
It's
hear
like,
it's like a long eulogy for Chad.
mm, not extremely long, but they definitely did a good job of, showing love to him.
Well, shameless plug. We're actually thinking about doing a fundraiser for manhood training
Hmm.
and renting out a theater and showing for the Wakanda movie. So everyone
So,
in the DC area, if you want to check out manhoodtraininginc.com,
mhm.
and we'll get the details out soon if that's a go. Y'all pull up, show love,
what
support.
what is manhood training?
Manhood training, man. We got a group of boys. We do on a 2-year interval. Group of 10 to 12 kids, man. And everything about manhood. That's kind of hard to say in one capsule. But our three pillars, kind of lean on mental, physical, and spiritual development of our
Hmm.
young men
Hmm.
growing up. You know what I'm saying? Young black men. And that's what we're about. So, check us out, man. If y'all want to fundraise, obviously, if you can't attend the movie, if you're not in the DC area, you can always just donate. We
Hmm.
take the boys to Africa at the end of the 2 years, man, and just show us where we come from, what we all
So
about.
you take them to Africa,
Yeah, Ghana,
Ghana.
Ghana.
Wow, that's amazing. So where can they go donate?
You could definitely donate at manhoodtraininginc.com. But you're right. I should definitely put the link tree in our bio just for folks. We accept it all. Any way you want to send the cash, we accept it all. So we would definitely appreciate the love and the support
Absolutely. So at the time of this posting, link for manhood training donations will be in the bio.
for sure.
We appreciate the work you guys are doing there in the community and helping people that look like you guys understand what it takes to be a man in this world. So salute to you guys.
Oh man, appreciate it.
Now back to what we came here for.
Man, hold on. Welcome to another edition of Sports Addict with your fellas, Ryan and Trey. You
Let's
know what I'm
do it.
saying? Hey, we coming fresh off of a what? You know, we had a
2 week
game against
hiatus.
2 week hiatus. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys fresh off a bye week at the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, a lot of history there with Mike McCarthy. As we went back to Green Bay, we had a 31-28 loss in overtime to push us to 6-3. While the Giants went to 7-2. The Eagles are playing right now, currently at 8-0. We'll see what happens with them versus the Washington Commanders. But yeah, 31-28 loss. I don't want to just give you overall thoughts because that's a lot. That's a lot. So we'll break it down. We'll go offensively, but I do want to hear your thoughts offensively. What you got for us? What were your thoughts?
He's trash. He's trash. He's trash. Well, statistically,
Okay.
let's speak to the good things. So
Okay. We'll go first with the good things. Okay.
I think Tony
I already
Pollard.
know where this is going. I know where this is going.
Wait, I think
Okay,
that
go ahead.
Tony.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
think that Tony Pollard played well.
Yeah.
22 carries, 115 yards, and a tud.
Yeah.
Um, he averaged 5.2 yards per carry.
Yep.
Got the ball more than 14 times, which he hadn't done up until this point in his career. And it was a lot of question if he could hold up, and he held up. I'm 22 rushes, 115. Malik Davis, he had
Yeah.
5 carries for
I like Malik.
I
like
like him
Malik.
too. He was a
Yeah,
little. He did his thing. A little
he
spicy,
did.
little spark plug.
Yeah.
5 carries, 38 yards, average 7.6 yards a carry. No tud.
Mm-hmm.
CD Lamb,
Man, that was good to see.
11 catches, 150 yards, 2 tuds.
Mm-hmm. Went crazy.
Dalton Schultz, 6 catches, 54 yards, and a tud.
Yeah.
And you can go down the list of offensive stats, but what sticks out to me
Mm-hmm.
is Dak Prescott 46 passing attempts.
I agree. I agree. And not even the game script for it. It wasn't even needed.
We were up 28 to 14 points. We
Mm-hmm.
scored 28 points with about 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So we were up 14 going into the fourth quarter,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think
Yep.
they showed the record 195-0, winning the game if the Cowboys have been up by 14 points 195 times in the history and have never lost.
Mm-hmm.
In some kind of way, we lost that game, but we threw the ball 46 times compared to them throwing the ball 20 times.
20 times.
They have a $50 million quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, a quarterback that is currently on back-to-back MVP seasons.
Mm-hmm.
He threw the ball 20 times.
Yeah.
And he was down. He was down. He trailed most of the game. We threw the ball 46 times. So being 27 to 46, 58% completion percentage, which isn't good in the NFL. Only 5.8 yards per attempt. I don't think that's good either.
Sure.
Let me know if I'm wrong.
Nah, it's not.
Okay. 3 touchdowns. That's solid.
Yeah.
265 yards. That's solid.
Mm-hmm.
2 interceptions. That's unacceptable.
For sure.
The Cowboys lost this game by 3 points. Dak threw an interception in the end zone. That could have been a minimum of 3 points right there. So before we get into the whole, and I'm like I said, this is not an overview. We can dive deeper into the offense. But to me, that is unacceptable to throw that interception in that spot. We lose by 3. To me, this game is on Dak.
So before I get into my little eulogy, I actually want you to continue with the defensive side of the ball because that was offense. Because I feel like I'm just gonna talk about everything.
Okay.
So I want you to go into
Nah,
your
nah, nah,
defense.
no, 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 no. You go ahead, go into everything, and I
Okay,
can,
so
I'll
overall,
chime in. I'll chime in when
okay,
it's time.
bet. Overall, that's crazy that you said the word unacceptable because that's literally my word for just the overall theme of the entire team.
Mm-hmm.
Unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not we talk about expectations. So it's not unacceptable if you're talking about I guess even making the playoffs. But if we talking about right, we always talking about advancing, like a deep advance into the playoffs. It's unacceptable. Now, I'll say this. I promise you I'm not pulling out my red cape for that. 46 pass attempts is unacceptable because that's not a winning formula for us. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. We should be in the mode of the 20 to 25 passes in the game. So I don't think that's just on that. You know what I'm saying? That's on the play calling as well. On Kellen Moore as well. Now the interceptions. Hey man, I'm not. I'd be lying to say I'm just a football guru. I'm not. I'm a hooper. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hooper. So anytime I see something happen in football, a lot of times I relate it to basketball. So I did see, with the Dalton Schultz and CeeDee Lamb, that interception, you shouldn't throw the ball. Those two dudes were in the same area. That means some went off. Some was wrong. They ran the route in the same area. You're bringing the defender to someone else, whoever your intended receiver was. You just brought another defender over there. You can't throw the ball. But that means there's miscommunication across different fronts, not even just that, but you can't throw the ball. one CD, he decided right when he ran the post, he decided to run behind the safety. Shoot, we know in basketball, somebody pop out to the wing, you cannot let that defender. I'm depending on you as my teammate to know that you're gonna shield him off, get a nice little push out or something. I have to throw the ball before I can read if you've done that. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like to me that was on CD. You know what I'm saying? But whatever whatever the case may be, 46 pass attempts is unacceptable because the game script didn't even call for that. It didn't. We were winning. We wasn't in no shoot it out. We down by 14, 17 points. That calls for that. So that's on Kellen. That's on Mike. And that's on Dak. At the end of the day, it does fall on you as a quarterback. You're the leader of the team. But just across the board, if we want to go deep into the playoffs, that was just unacceptable. Now, I'll say defensively, you got on my case a couple weeks ago, fresh off the bye week. You got on my case because you threw the cape out there for the defense. You threw on your red cape. And you said if a game script teams are down multiple scores, they won't do that. And that's exactly what the Green Bay Packers did. And they won the game. They rushed for another 200, put another 200 on our head, rushing the ball. And the run defense is a problem for us right now. Now, I hope we can get it figured out. I really hope we can get it figured out. But it's an issue, bro, specifically on the edge. I love I don't want to like call out certain people because like shoot, if a defense, like everybody got weaknesses, you know what I'm saying? The great defenses are able to like disguise those, right? But everybody know Trayvon don't really want to tackle. He not setting the edge. You know what I'm saying? He not coming up tackling, he not setting the edge. You know what I'm saying? So we are getting hit hard on the edge rushes from other teams. They ran for another 200 yards, averaged 5 yards a rush, ran it right at the 40 attempts a game, and that's what we're gonna see going forward. That doesn't mean teams are going to. I don't know if they're gonna win or lose, but that's how they're gonna attack us. Is running the ball. And so until we get that fixed, man, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And so I hope we do. I hope we do. My bad. Go ahead.
No, well, I agree with everything you just said. I don't disagree with
Yeah.
anything about that. I think that I am shocked that a team that is losing a game runs the ball. What? Let me see how many.
39, 40 times. 39 or 40 times.
39 were running backs. 40 times. Oh, well, 37 times with running backs, and then 2 times with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, 138 yards, 65 yards to. I mean, we got to sum
What
that
was
up.
138? What was 138?
Well, Aaron Jones ran for 138 yards by himself.
Yeah. And
so
then,
he ran. It was 20.
Dylan ran for like 60 something, right?
65, right? And they both ran for over 5 yards a carry. So that's alarming. But those are 2 good running backs, and we were up 14 points. So I think that it comes back to, and you're right, it's not all the way on Dak Prescott because, like you said, to call 46 pass plays in a game,
it's crazy.
in which you are winning, by 14 points, when you have a running back that is playing as well as Tony Pollard is playing. Even Malik Davis was playing well. So there's no reason to go away from what's working. And I don't understand why they do this. I don't know. I don't understand why the Cowboys insist on trying to showcase Dak Prescott. It's almost like they want it to be Dak Prescott and the Cowboys when it's really the Cowboys.
Just the Cowboys.
And Dak Prescott is on our team. Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's like they try to do things to get him statistics. It's like let's get him over this threshold. And it's like, man, let's just play football, man. Let's just run the football. Let's run the football. Yeah. Let's do what's working. They couldn't stop us from running the football. Like just like us. Why didn't we stick to the run the way that they stuck to the run?
They stuck to it.
If they
they stuck to it.
So it is an indictment on the defense to say, well, you gave up all those yards running, but their defense is doing the same thing. Only difference is our coaching and our offensive play calling led to more pass attempts versus us keeping our foot on their neck and running the ball in their throat like they were doing us. We could have did the same thing, and we were winning by 14 points. So
winning by 14.
And you're right. The interception to in the end zone, bad communication or not. See, the way I look at that kind of play is like this. If you're a quarterback, you have to read the defense. So
Right.
a receiver
you see two guys in the same area, you shouldn't throw the ball.
Exactly. That's something that should be seen before you make the pass. So
Sure.
I don't care if there was a miscommunication or not.
I agree. I faulted that one on that because I'm like, that was wrong in the route. Like clearly something happened, but you shouldn't throw the ball if it's two receivers in the same area.
Exactly. And that took points off the board. It literally took points off the board.
The CD one, I put that on CD.
Okay, let's go back to that. Now I still put that. Okay, maybe it was on CD, but because I don't know exactly. Because at the end, later on in the game, they came back to it.
They corrected it.
They came back to it, and then but CD got lit up like a Christmas tree on that play.
Hey, man.
So it's almost like, well, if I'm a receiver and I have an option, that clearly is kind of like an option because I think he can stretch that thing out and go to a post as well.
I mean, that's easy to say, but it's timing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I get
the freestyling of it. You know what I'm saying? The freestyling of it.
But it's not really freestyling of it. It's those are option routes usually. So it's a read.
Yeah, but you assuming it's an option route though. We don't know if it's an option route.
And we're assuming that CD was supposed to come flatter on that play.
No. Cutting across somebody's face is not a like assuming thing. Like that's just a fundamental of the sport.
Not
like
if you're trying to go past him deep for a pass.
We assuming him hitting the post and then have an option route to hit in front of him or behind him. Like we don't know all that.
Well, it looked like it could have been a dig or a post.
I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And we'll never know that. But
I think they make that decision based on what the defense is doing. So
as a point guard, you ain't never been in a play where you made a pass and someone was supposed to do something and it made you look bad.
Yeah,
it happens.
I get that, but if you're a receiver, you're running a route in which you're reading a key, and then this dude come up, it makes sense to go past him behind him. Now the post route because no one is behind me.
I mean,
but that's what. Do you remember the play? Do you remember CD's reaction? He literally did. He really like, what are you doing, Dak? His reaction.
That sound good.
That's what happened. That's what happened.
But the reason.
That's why I would like clear confirmation. Was that truly CD Lamb's fault?
So I want to clear. But what I'm saying is the reason the safety drove is because Dak he throwing the ball. It ain't no like I'm waiting to see what you about to do. He already threw it. He already banking on you cutting across his face to make a catch or it's incomplete. He already threw it. That's why he even driving. So yeah, he driving and CD like, oh, he driving. I'm gonna go behind him. The ball already out or coming out.
That could be true. Like, I gotta watch that play again.
Yeah,
because to me, it definitely seems like if he coming up, I'm going behind you because that leaves me open.
Exactly, but he coming up because he seen it coming out of his hand.
Now that could be possible. What you saying makes sense. So that I have to see that again.
So I'm glad you see he coming up.
But like even if there was CD's fault on the other play in the end zone, that's the one that took points directly off our play. Sure. And both of those interceptions led to 14 points or a touchdown apiece. So 14 points. So we were up 28-14 at one point, but it should have been 28-0. And I remember after the defense got a turnover.
Yeah, special teams.
What is a block?
And defense. DeMarcus Lawrence forced a fumble, and special teams forced a fumble.
It was early in the game. It was right before
DeMarcus
the end zone turnover.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't turn the ball over right there, and we either score or we kick a field goal, the whole momentum was over. I remember I was watching the game. I rushed to get back home. And I was watching the game, and I was like, oh, it's going to be that kind of day. I thought it was going to be one of those days where we were going to run up the score on these dudes. It wasn't even going to be close. But Dak threw an interception, and then they turned around and scored off of it. So then it made the game, I think it might have been 7-7. I think that would have made it. I think that's what made it 7-7. I think because it was – because we were up 7-0, and I felt like we should have went up 14-0 at that point, and it was going to be a route. That's what it looked like, and it felt like. So, I put some blame on Kellen Moore. For sure. the decision to kick the field goal at the end of the game, that was a little questionable. I mean, not to kick the field goal.
The part that was questionable to me about that is typically, right, if you say we going for it, in your mind we going for it. Typically, you run the ball on third down to make it a more manageable fourth down. So we threw it on both plays. So that's what threw me off, right?
Mm-hmm.
We end up going for it, but on third down we running the ball well and we throw it on third down and then throw it again on fourth down. So typically I was like, when we threw it on third, I'm thinking we kicking it because we didn't run the ball. That would have probably got, it seemed like it was netting us at least 5 yards of play, when we run the ball, and then makes you a manageable, it opens up your playbook a lot more on that fourth and short. You got the run threat, you got the play action, you got all that, whatever you want to do, it opens all that up. So when we threw the ball on third and then threw it on fourth, that confused me. Of course, again, when things don't work out, terrible decision. You know what I'm saying? If it would have worked, would have been like, gutsy.
If they called it interference.
Yeah. And that is one thing that agitates me about the team. I know this doesn't just sit with just the Cowboys, but I don't like after the game when we complaining about the calls. Of course, bro, there's some bad calls, but there's bad calls going both ways. There's bad calls at the beginning of the game, at the end of the game. Some at the beginning that don't seem so important. I know that one against CDU seemed egregious. I understand all that, but it detracts from all the other things y'all didn't do to win the game. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why it feels like an excuse.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? I wasn't making an excuse.
I know you wasn't, but the Cowboys were.
I don't care. I don't. Yeah. I mean, I wish they had called the interference.
Yeah, of course.
But
of course.
I only brought that point up because you were talking about passing the ball 2 times in a row. So I was saying if it had worked or had he got that interference call,
it looked like a great call, great decision call,
exactly,
great aggressive call.
But because you don't get that call because you put your team in a position and to depend on that call.
Yeah.
You put your team in it, like, oh, I gotta have this. No, don't put it in nobody else's hands.
Y'all did a lot to put y'all in a position to lose. You know what I'm saying?
And why don't you keep going to Tony Pollard in that situation?
I have no clue. And it's just
maybe that exposes how important Zeke is. Maybe that exposes. And what I'm saying is this not even me being funny. I'm just serious. Because maybe if Zeke was here, they would have gave the Cowboys more confidence to run the ball more. Because now maybe they felt like, oh, we never gave him the ball more than 14 times. Now he's up to 22. Do we keep running the ball with him? And maybe if Zeke was there, that could have been 15 to 20 more carries that they would have called because of the success that we were having. I don't know, but I know that it just don't make sense to throw the ball 46 times.
It's still a cop out to even say that. I mean, I hear you. Maybe they would, because they're gonna give Zeke his touches. But Malik was being productive when he was in there. So
right, but Malik and Zeke are 2 different things. So I believe they would have trusted. Maybe they would have trusted Zeke with 10 more carries. That's what I'm trying to say.
I get it, but that's just like that. Just
I know they would have trusted Zeke with 10 more carries.
Yeah, for sure. But that just sounds like terrible coaching. And I still
It is terrible coaching.
I still can't trust that Zeke would have got 15 to 20 carries and Tony would have got 15 to 20. It might have been Zeke get 15 to 20 and Tony get 7, and we still throw the ball 46 times. Like we can't even say the Cowboys just would have ran the ball more just because the balance would have been different. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he would have got his touches. Tony would have got less, and Malik would have got none. We would have threw the ball 46 times regardless. And that's what's more alarming, bro. Is like, bro, the run was working. We were up 14 in the fourth quarter, and we abandoned it. And, of course, untimely penalties, kind of like always, bro, the holding, whatever. You know, they can call holding on every play for real if they wanted to. Mm-hmm. There's somebody on the line that they can call holding on every play.
I honestly thought the holding call on McGovern was terrible.
That's what I'm talking about.
I thought that was terrible. I thought it was terrible. And notice that wasn't part of anything that I blamed, though. Yeah, like, you still got to win. But that was, to me, because they were calling some tight, like, if you calling it, then you gotta call the interference.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it. Like, if you're gonna call that, you gotta call that. But again, we shouldn't have been in that position because we were up 14 points going into the fourth quarter. So I can put a lot of blame on Kellen Moore, yes, for sure. Because I don't think that. I think and then what do you think about what was your final decision on the kick or not?
I wasn't mad at the decision to go for it. It didn't work, right? So it's easy to be like, we should have kicked it. You know what I'm saying? But I just would have liked the run play on third down if we are going to go for it on fourth
So
down. That's it.
that would be more on killing. So you're not mad at the
Yeah,
decision that
I'm
Mike
not mad at the
McCarthy made.
decision. I want to run it on third.
Okay,
I want to
I
run
agree.
it. If we're going to go for it, I want to run it on third and make it more manageable than just throw it 2 times. It's not. It hasn't been super productive. Of course, we had some success with CD. You know what I'm saying? But we had some really good success with running the ball. I'd rather run it on third and then go for it.
I mean, well, he threw for 265 yards, 150 of them went to CD. So he wasn't that effective passing the ball as a passer at all. At all.
I mean, he had some big plays to CD, and Schultz did all right. But
I'm saying
the quarterback is judged on the money downs. To me, when I watch the game, third down, I'm telling you right now, when I was watching the game, third down, I didn't feel too comfortable. We was about to convert.
I don't. Okay. So wait. So that's 2 parts. Right? So let me address the kick or not to kick. Yeah. I'm not mad that he went for it, right? Because I understood it's cold out. Kicking the ball, it was going to be a long field goal. I think it was going to be like a 53-yard field goal. So if you missed that field goal, we were going to get the ball from the ball from the spot of the kick. So I really didn't trust the field goal, to be honest with you.
Sure.
And what was it? 4th and 3? Something like that. 4th and 3, 4th and 4. I personally, at the time, I didn't really want to kick a field goal, and obviously I had a little bit more time to think about it. And Mike McCarthy don't get that luxury. And I know what the results were. But I know the reason that you don't kick it, the field goal, is because you're scared.
Yeah, you miss
if you miss it,
great field,
that's the reason. I think the Cowboys should have punted the ball and played defense.
Because, I mean, if you say that, with the point, because if you miss the field goal, of course, right? But if you make it, you get 3 points. But if you go for it and don't get it, they right there too, and you didn't get any points
because you're in the same position. You're in the same position as you would be if you missed the field goal. Only you 7 yards further. I mean, like it's a 7-yard difference.
Yeah.
So it's the same concept. So I believe if you felt like if he felt, I like Mike McCarthy, and I'm not blaming him. I don't think that this is egregious, but I think that it would have made more sense to punt the ball and play defense against this team. I just
wanted to run the ball on third, and I swear I would be cool with if we didn't convert on fourth. I just didn't agree with 2 passes in a row.
But that brings me back to Dak because we do, and obviously me and you have had several conversations on what is Dak, who is Dak, right? Is he good for real? Like he came out against the Bears, and I was like, man, that looked good. Like he was getting to his back foot, letting the ball rip. He was very decisive. I had no criticism for him, and I'm not going to criticize him too hard. I do think that the turnover in the end zone was horrible, and I think that just 2 turnovers in general is horrible. But 46 attempts, man, you get 265 yards.
Yeah, it's not good.
Like, and I'm not, like you said, we can blame it on Kellen for sure. You can blame it on Kellen because obviously you said it. The formula for us to play well is run the football, play defense, which the defense didn't all the way hold up their end of the bargain, to be honest. But if the offense had put them away by running the football, the defense we would have been able to see for real if they were going to stick with it. Because I felt like we would have got up by so many points. And if that is the best scheme for the Cowboys to win, if that's the formula for us to win is running the football more often than we pass, what does that say about the passer? Because if you're Patrick Mahomes, nobody's saying, man, they need to run the ball more. Some people might say they need to learn how to run the ball better, but not more. Like if I have Mahomes and he takes 46 attempts, I become more comfortable with it than that because I know he probably throw 400 yards, 500 yards almost. So I just think, and 4 or 5 touchdowns. So I just don't understand, man, why they have this extra layer of confidence in Dak as if he is amongst the best that do his position. I don't think he is. He's okay at doing this position.
Yeah, I'll say 46 attempts just is not conducive to us winning games. So I don't even want to compare him to Patrick Mahomes. He's not Patrick Mahomes.
I know that.
Patrick's just
that
he
excuse
just
that was just a far end on the
Right.
spectrum. But
So
what I'm saying is
what
he should be the only Patrick Mahomes should be the only person that should be throwing about 46 times.
So
With
Dak
two-time
is
back-to-back
is
MVP
what he
did.
is. I think everyone who watches the Cowboys on a weekly basis knows who Dak is, right? So it is kind of more on Kellen and the
Right.
coaching staff, because that shouldn't even be our game plan to let him throw it 46 times. We know what he is. He's not that. And if you are going to let him throw it 46 times, if we are going to be a team who throws it 40, guess what? You didn't give him enough weapons if that's your game plan. If that's your game plan to throw it 40 plus times, he don't got enough weapons. It's CeeDee Lamb and Dalton Schultz and some running backs. That's it. But if you're throwing the ball, so it's just CeeDee Lamb. So if you want to throw it 45, you want to be like these other teams, Josh Allen and them guys, and Patrick Mahomes, he needs more weapons, because he's not that guy that's going to elevate Michael Gallup to be something he's not. It's just not. I don't think he's not terrible, right? But he's a quarterback that he needs to be relying on a running game and a good defense. And maybe every now and then when you need me, I can light it up a little bit. But if you think I'm just going to drop back 45 times and just lead us to victory with CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Noah Brown, y'all fooling yourselves.
I
So
agree.
It's hard for me to watch it and be like, who to blame?
But I wasn't, and I did say this one was on Dak because of the interception in the end zone. But you are right, because my thing is, and the point that I was making is, if Patrick Mahomes isn't throwing the ball 46 times,
Sure.
well, that should be reserved for Patrick Mahomes or maybe Josh Allen to throw the ball for 46. Dak is not on that level, so why are they continuing to trust him in doing so? That was where I was getting to with it. Because you are right.
Is that Dak's fault? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, no, and you can't even blame it on his money, because we already had Amari Cooper. He had more weapons. And I like to say that Dak Prescott, I was watching the 49ers last night, and he and Jimmy Garoppolo.
Way better than Jimmy Garoppolo, bro.
Who?
He's way better than Jimmy. Dak is better than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Bro, they're the same type of dude.
Nah, they're not.
This is the difference. Jimmy Garoppolo got weapons.
He got more weapons, bro. Yeah, he got weapons. And Dak led, when we had weapons, he led us to having the best offense in the league last year. Jimmy Garoppolo would never be the quarterback of the highest rated offense in the league. He would never. That's a fact.
I don't know about that.
What? Jimmy Garoppolo will never be the starting quarterback
of the highest rated. Why do you think he is so bad?
He's just not that good, bro. He's just not that good. He got weapons. He a manager. What he might not do is like make terrible mistakes with interceptions and turnovers, but he ain't gonna make no good, the throws you need to be a good quarterback. Dak is better than that, bro. Just last year, we had the best rated offense in the league. Jimmy Garoppolo would never be the starting quarterback for the best offense in the league. He's better than that. But what I'm saying is we need that style, though. Dak should be throwing 20 to 25 times. You can pull up stats, bro, if you want. And
I'm not gonna pull. I'm not. I was just trying to.
Because I'm going off eye test, bro. I watch it, Jimmy Garoppolo, and be like, bro, Dak is better than him. That's a fact.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's better than him. We would be trash with Jimmy Garoppolo. That's a fact.
What?
Maybe Jimmy would force us to run the ball more, though. Maybe,
bro.
What is for real, bro? For real. Maybe, Jimmy would force us to run the ball more, like we did.
And we win more. And we'll win more.
Maybe, yeah. But that don't mean better than Dak.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think that
got like something
because you going off your eye test, and that's cool. But Jimmy Garoppolo, one, is a winner. Two, he has a 99 quarterback rating for his career. So
yeah, but you bringing in a lot of different elements. You bringing in defense. You bringing in a lot of different elements. He done leaned on that defense for a long time.
That got a 98 quarterback rating for his career. That is crazy. Yeah. That is crazy.
Hey, but you bring in a lot of different elements when you just say winner. You know what I'm saying?
He win games. That's what matters.
Yeah, but I'm saying he don't won some games 10-13.
So I don't care about that. Let's just win.
Cool. But we're talking about, is he a better quarterback than Dak?
You're talking about individually. I still think that Jimmy Garoppolo, Dak lost 19-3 against the Buccaneers this year.
But do you think he's better than Dak?
Yes, I do. I don't know. I think they're about the same.
Come on,
I think they're about the same. I think that. Okay, look, maybe Dak is better. But I would rather Jimmy Garoppolo be my quarterback.
Hell no.
He
Come on,
win
bro.
more.
Bro, we're talking about different team elements now. When you talk about just win
Everywhere
more.
he's been, he's won.
This is a team game. This is a team game. This is a team game. You talking about one person talking about he win more. There's a lot of reasons for that. He done had some of the best coaching in the league since he's been in the league, the Patriots, and now in the Kyle Shanahan. But bro, we would be
So
trash.
Jason Garrett ain't a good coach.
No. Jimmy Garoppolo and Cooper Rush about what for what? For real.
Bro, you tripping.
No, I'm not.
You just don't like Garoppolo.
You're emotional.
I'm not emotional. I'm not emotional. I'm not emotional. I'm not even angry. I'm not even angry. I think that they are on the same. If you was doing tiers, they'd be right together.
No, what I am gonna come back to, and so I'll admit when I change my mind, I will say Dak and Kirk Cousins is right there together.
Okay, yeah, that's a given. So I was right on that.
But I used to say no. I
know what you used to say.
Yeah, but definitely not Jimmy. I'm not going Jimmy.
I think Jimmy right up in that thing right there.
No,
a dude that needs weapons and you can win with. He's a dude that he's not gonna tear it up, but you can win with him.
No, Jimmy. Jimmy has weapons and still don't tear it up. That's the thing.
If Jimmy played for the Cowboys and they let him pass the ball as often as Dak, he probably would throw for a lot of yards and lose like Dak do.
Jimmy has had weapons and still is mediocre. Dak, when
he has weapons and he drives the bus because that's what they got him doing. They limit his passing attempts and they use their weapons.
You don't even let me finish.
I did let you finish.
I said Dak had weapons last year. We had the best rated offense in the league.
And then we played the 49ers and he scored 17 points.
Okay, but what did Jimmy do? He didn't do nothing crazy.
They just bullied us. They beat us. His team won.
But it wasn't because of Jimmy. He
didn't make any mistakes.
Okay, so now we moving the goalposts.
No, I'm not moving the goalposts. I'm saying I said maybe Dak is better than him as an individual talent, but I would rather Jimmy on my team because Jimmy wins more. That's what I said.
There's a lot of factors of why he win more. His defense, his coaching.
He don't make mistakes. He plays the most important position on the team.
That's like Cooper Rush can go to a team like San Francisco, don't turn the ball over. They got a dominant defense, a really good defense, good coaching, and can win. That doesn't mean he's better than that.
Right, and that's how we was winning with Cooper Rush. What is the Cowboys record? 6-3?
6-3. So how about
what's Cooper Rush's record?
I got it, bro. What does that mean?
What is he? 4
but you putting it on exactly. But you putting it on. So it's 6. No,
I'm just saying. Even if the coaching changes,
go back to that formula.
No, we're saying the same thing. I'm saying even if you're saying you just said it. Go back to the same formula.
Yes,
that's what I just said. Why do we have so much confidence in that to feel like we should throw the ball 46 times? Why don't we limit his pass attempts just like we did with Cooper Rush? Because it's about not making mistakes and then making a play here and there. That's what it is. The mistakes. Yeah, I'm not the CD Lamb over the shoulder pass, but when Dak throws touchdowns and it's a 2-yard touchdown, 3-yard touchdown, 4-yard touchdown, like a little small pass, I'm not impressed by that. Like, yeah, it's a touchdown. Yeah, you get to say, oh, it's a touchdown add to your ratio, but it ain't much. You threw a screen pass. You know what I mean? The dude ran 4 yards and got a touchdown. It's not like a passing touchdown. It's like the pass to CD Lamb. Got beat, dropped a nice pass over his shoulder, boom, touchdown. That's a pass, what I consider passing touchdown, not this stuff where you just pad your stats. So, yeah, Dak, like I said, what is his record since he's been playing this year? I know he lost 2 games, and he beat the Bears. The Bears. That's his. So he's 1-2 on the season. He's 1-2 on the season. That's Dak Prescott.
There's a lot of elements to it, dog. It ain't just on Dak.
So all of a sudden, the team don't play as good. So the team don't play as well with Dak.
I think we changed the game plan when it's on Dak. I don't think that's Dak's fault. I think that's more on coaching. If you ask me, you change the game plan when he comes back in. When we've been screaming, you should keep that game plan, and we change it. Who does that sound like? Like you think a player finna be like, all right, coach, I think everybody's saying we should keep the same game plan, but you calling these pass plays, I'm gonna say, nah, fam. I think we should run it. Nah, bro, he gonna throw it. He gonna do what he do, whatever. But I think it's more on the coaching, bro. Everybody's saying we should keep him in the 20 the 25 passing attempts a game, run the ball, play defense. That's been our winning formula, and we go away from it when we got him back. I don't think that's his fault. We can critique him now, right? When you throwing the ball, you critique him when you're making bad plays or whatnot. But bro, I think that's more on the coaching. Like, why are we going away from that?
But I am not. This is more of me saying, why is the coaching? It's me blaming the coaching staff.
That's what I'm saying.
I just threw a little extra sauce on it and said, Dak not good enough to do it. But so why are we calling it? That's what I'm saying.
So I agree. But what I'm saying
calling 46 passes for Dak Prescott is like calling 10 plays for Ben Simmons to shoot a 3.
Okay, cool. What I'm saying is, if you were saying Jimmy's better, you rather have him. All I'm saying is watch Jimmy throw the ball 46 times a week and see what he look like. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He doesn't get asked to do that.
It might look like 265 yards, 3 touchdowns. No,
it might
and 2
look
picks.
like
134 yards.
Maybe 97 yards and 4 interceptions is what Jimmy G would look like.
How would he look like that when he threw for 240 last night?
How many times he throw it?
28 times.
Okay. I wouldn't mind if Dak threw it 28 times. And if you like to pull up stats, bro. I can cherry pick stats all day.
I don't like to pull up stats. I am notoriously.
You on your phone all the time, bro. I could pull up all the Dak 400. Bro, he got
450 against the Eagles.
He in a quarterback class with only like 2 or 3 other quarterbacks, most 400 yards since. You don't care about that, right? So like, stop.
You can bring it up. The main point.
You putting up stats.
I only brought that because you're comparing them you were comparing them individually. So
if I pull up the Dak 400 plus, if I pull up the Dak 400 plus yards,
I kill you. I don't even have the stat at hand, but my trump card would literally be Jimmy Garoppolo's playoff record.
Yeah, well, typically their defense doesn't let people run for 200 yards on them. I mean, it's a lot that goes into that you throw the cape out for. Their defense don't be doing that.
So the defense letting them run for 200 yards is the reason why Dak threw 2 picks and completed 58% of his passes.
It ain't the reason.
The defense the reason Dak completed 58% of his passes yesterday. That's what you're saying.
At the same
giving up 200 yards affected him throwing for 200. Come on, bro. That don't even make sense.
You finished?
Bro, it don't make sense.
All I'm saying is, if the defense, because I've said this has been an issue. You and Shad, I know you listening. I know you about to be listening. I told y'all boys 200 plus, because if the defense was as thrown as y'all want to say, and I'm being negative, yada yada yada. 14 points at the end of the day in the fourth quarter. Dominant defense or good defenses close it out, regardless of what the offense do. 14 points in the fourth quarter, a good defense or a dominant defense is closing it out.
Was one of those interceptions in the fourth quarter?
No.
Oh, just bad football.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
What about that? No, you ain't got nothing for that?
Nah, I just let you have it.
Okay, yeah. Top defenses close that out.
I don't have anything to say about that. But the defense, yes.
Dude, buddy had caught for like 100 yards the whole year. 100 yards the whole year.
He caught that on the play.
A field day on us. I really think he had like 10 catches for like 88 yards or something on the year, and then went nuts on us. And now he finna be the top waiver wire pickup in fantasy off the Cowboys.
Yeah, 4 for 107 and 3 tugs.
Come on, man. I'm just saying, let's call it what it is.
What you mean, call it what it is? The defense, we were up 7-0. The defense forced a turnover, gave us the ball right there. Dak threw an interception. That gave the team the momentum to go down there and score. The game could have been over early. Then you now run the ball. Now run the ball all game.
All I'm saying is you seem to have clarity when it comes to Dak. That's all my point with you. It's always been. But you don't have you ain't said not one thing about the defense. Not one thing. They
didn't have the greatest outing.
That's my point. But you had 30 minutes to talk about Dak. But you don't say shit else about the rest of the deficiencies of this team. You don't say nothing else.
We could be better against the run.
You have not said one thing. You ain't said not one thing.
We could be better against the run.
Can you tell me, now you saying it, can you tell me one other thing you during this whole session that you said about us losing except for that? You just ignore all that.
Coaching.
You talking about running the ball more? Okay, cool. But you
I said that.
Okay. You don't say nothing else about the team, bro.
What else is there to say?
This is a week-to-week occurrence. This is a week-to-week occurrence. This is a week-to-week occurrence.
So you believe that 240 yards, giving up 200 yards rushing is more of the reason that the Cowboys lost yesterday than Dak throwing 46 passes for 265 yards and 2 interceptions.
We've gone through this, bro. 46 passes. He shouldn't throw that many times.
Right. So whose fault is it? So you saying the coaching. So you saying coaching. We lost because of coaching yesterday.
It's a mix.
So you saying top to bottom, everybody lost?
Yes, bro.
All right,
coaching.
Cool. That's cool. That's cool. I think that we lost because of that.
I know.
Poor play, because
every time
we wasn't losing that much when Dak wasn't playing.
Okay, cool, but bro,
we've lost more with Dak than we have with Cooper Rush. And Cooper Rush has played more games.
Okay, all I'm saying is when we lose, it's more than just the quarterback play. It's more than quarterback play because we still scored 28 points. We still scored 28 points if it's a dominant defense. You know what I'm saying? You win with 28 points. That's all I'm saying. There's more to it than just Dak. I'm not absolving Dak of his mistakes and what he didn't do and throwing it 46 times, but it's more than that. It's more than that. It's untimely penalties. Jalen Tolbert, a receiver offside. It's a lot, bro. And so all I'm saying is every time we come in after loss, you zero in on Dak. You don't say nothing about nobody else. Is all I'm saying. You don't say nothing about nobody else.
Because he threw. He completed 58% of his passes yesterday.
All right, and we got ran all over again.
He threw the ball dang near 50 times.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even hit 300 yards. He threw
in addition to our coaching staff not running enough, in addition to our defense giving up 200 yards plus on the ground, in addition to a rookie receiver having a career day on us, and he ain't done nothing all year. In addition to us having the same penalties, untimely, like it's a list. I'm not saying Dak ain't up there on the top list, but you just be like, boom, that's it. And that's
because that's in any game, you can always say there are multiple reasons why. So if the question is, or if the topic is, what's more of the reason why we lost, then I'm gonna put the most of it on Dak. Yes, Kellen Moore should run the ball more, but if Dak is making the money that he's making, $40 million a year, if you get the 46 attempts, you should be better than 265 yards. You should be better than 2 interceptions. You should be better than an interception in the red zone that directly take points off the board. You should be better than that if you're going to get those opportunities. So, yes, you are right. The defense has to do much better against stopping the run. That young receiver Watson went crazy against our receivers. All of that happened, and all of that need to be fixed. And we can't win without all of that happening. Yes, Tony Pollard should have got the ball more, but if they're going to give Dak those kind of opportunities, then he needs to do better with those opportunities. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
So then we saying the same thing.
We're not saying the same thing.
What are we saying different? What are you saying different? Because all of those things, I'm not zeroing in. I just think that's the biggest reason. I think that's the biggest reason.
Nothing about okay, cool, but you ain't saying nothing about nobody else. Nothing else about the team or why we lost.
No, I did say stuff about the team. I said CeeDee Lamb played well. I said Tony Pollard played well. Okay. They all played well. Who did? I said,
and you had the favorites because when Zeke in and he get 20-something carries for 72 yards.
We win.
Ain't even tripping.
We win.
We don't.
Win.
No, we
yes,
don't.
we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. When Zeke run for a certain amount of yards, we win the game.
Yeah,
yes,
we do. Run for 27 times, 72 yards, and we don't win. You don't say shit about Zeke. You come in and you say something about Dak immediately.
Because Dak get $40 million.
And Zeke got a $50 million contract. He getting the most paid as a running back.
15.
And I see 15 running backs better than Zeke every week.
Yeah. No, that's messed up. That's messed up. That's a low blow. Yeah. That's really a low blow. That's really hating. That's really hating. Really, if you say anything negative about Zeke, it's hating.
I know.
It's hating.
I know. I just want you to like be
Want me
like
to what?
open your
Be
eyes
a hater?
when we lose, bro. Just get an
So wait a
open
minute. So you mad
opinion. It just
because
be like,
so you telling me you're angry because I
I'm not
believe
angry.
you're angry. Oh, you're angry. Now
I'm not angry.
this is you're
I'm not
angry.
angry.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not angry.
Yeah. So you're angry because I feel like
I'm
the
not.
biggest reason the Cowboys lost is Dak Prescott's poor play. Because I say that irks you. That angers you. Because you want me to say the defense isn't that good too. But I think the defense is good. I don't think that was that. I think that they can be better, but I don't think that we lost because of our defense yesterday. Yeah, I think that we gave the ball back to Dak Prescott a couple times and an opportunity to go score. And we gave up the game winning field goal. Yeah, but that's after a turnover on downs. So forgive
That's not
me.
what that's not what I'm saying. When I first started the conversation about the game, I listed Dak first. I said too many passes, he didn't play well, too many pass attempts. I went down the list of how Dak didn't play well. But then I continued to talk about other things about why we lost. You said none of those things. You just talked about Dak. We went 45 minutes. You didn't say anything else about
Well,
anything else.
no, because that's how the show flowed. Because we started off,
No, it wasn't about the show
it's
flow.
how
So
the
you
show
had
flowed.
you
Look,
had
tell me
plenty.
where I'm wrong. Tell
You
me.
talk a lot. You had talk a lot. You had plenty of opportunity to talk about what other people didn't do or things that didn't go well for the Cowboys. You didn't say any of that. It was just Dak. That's all
Because
I'm
that's
saying.
the only thing that went wrong. He's trash.
Okay, I
He's
know.
trash.
I
He's
know.
trash. That's the only thing that went wrong.
I know. I
Only
know.
thing.
I know. And
Yeah.
it's all good. It's all good. I hope we're able to rebound. I really would like us to pull back them pass attempts, man, to get in that like 20 to 25 range and run the ball. And hopefully the defense can stop somebody on the run. You know what I'm saying? That'd be nice as well. Because and that's another thing. I don't know, bro. Again, I'm no NFL guru, the X's and the O's. But I'm sorry, I've said this before. Micah's usage, he's just not impactful at linebacker off the ball. He's not that. It's not like he's stopping the run. Not like he coming downhill, thumping and stopping the run. So it's like kind of like it's just he's gonna make more plays rushing the passer majority of the game. I'm not saying they're not mixing him in. He was mixed in rushing the passer, but off the ball linebacker, bro, he's not doing much. He's just catching blocks and they running at him when he's at linebacker. They're running at him, so he's not chasing nothing down. He just catching blocks and like in on the tackle. I just don't understand it. Again, I don't have the answer. You know what I'm saying? But I watched that game, and majority of the game he was off the ball. They did mix him in. He rushed the passer a little bit, but he was off the ball. And I'm watching him. They running at him. He just catching blocks and just joining in on the game tackle. It's just to me not utilizing his skills. And there's a reason to me that NFL Defensive Player of the Year is typically 9 times out of 10 a pass rusher. It's not a linebacker. It's very rarely is it a corner. It happens from time to time. It's a pass rusher. Somebody sacking the quarterback. So, I know we've talked about wanting to mix them in and whatnot. It just don't seem that impactful to me as off the ball linebacker.
Before the season, I disagree with you, but today I don't disagree with you. I do think he makes a bigger impact when he's rushing the passer. Seems like he gets tired a lot, but I like him rushing the passer too. So,
I was just watching him. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, maybe he hurt or something, and it's easy. I don't know, but yeah, just off the ball, he's just not that much of an impact. They didn't even blitz him. You know what I'm saying? When we was talking about off the ball linebacker, like blitzing up the A gap, they didn't even really do that. He was just off the ball, catching blocks. They was just running it at him, and I'm like, bro, this ain't it. this ain't it right here. And he would never be Defensive Player of the Year candidate in this role right here. And I don't want to really see that too much.
now that's a good point. But Luke Kuechly and used to be like a defensive player of the
He
year.
ain't that though. He ain't that though.
Yeah.
Luke was more of a cerebral, like reading your routes, like getting like 6-7 picks a year. Like he not that. He not that type of player. They two completely different players. So
No,
yeah,
I was just thinking of linebackers
Luke,
that was in that kind of conversation, like an
yeah,
Urlacher or something like that.
yeah. They just different players. Like them boys don't run 4.3s. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, he need to be coming off the edge, bro. And or just attacking, bro. Just attack, not catching blocks like I said, if I promise you, if Micah being at off-ball linebacker was shoring up the run defense, like he was coming down, stopping, 2 2 yard gains, you know what I'm saying?
I get what
Because
you're saying.
then I would be like, bet, but that they still running, you know what I'm saying, for good gains or whatnot. Him at off-ball linebacker, so I just like to see him back at pass rushing majority of the game.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with you. I think he makes a bigger impact than you are right. It's more likely that he gets sacks when he rushes his quarterback. So, but at the end of the day, the defense as a whole, I think we got to do a better stopping the run. I don't know what's going on with the scheme. I'm trying to think back in the day when Dan Quinn was in Seattle, if they had a problem stopping the run. And I always thought that was strong at stopping the run because if I remember, they used to get pressure with 4 guys. So they used to kind of gain tackle and they used to come up and hit. But I don't know. The Cowboys got to figure that out. And but this is the thing.
We play some good Russian teams coming up. We got Minnesota.
But this is the thing. I'm not really worried about the loss because I think I told you we didn't get a chance to do our bye week. But I told you that I felt like the Cowboys are going to split between Washington and in Minnesota and Green Bay, and we lost to Green Bay, so we kind of have to win this next game against Minnesota in Minnesota. I think Minnesota is riding high. They just beat Buffalo, so they're 8-1 if I'm not mistaken. So they're riding high, and they're a good team. And we're going to go.
Trayvon better strap his boots.
Yeah, we're going to go in there. We're going to go in there and play.
Ooh-wee.
But this is the thing: if the Cowboys beat the Vikings, and I think I expect them to beat the Vikings, I think that I know we have 3 home games. So it's the Giants, and I want to say it's the Texans and the Colts, all 3 at home. So you go on the 3, you take care of business at home, you get this tough win on the road. Now the Cowboys will be looking at 10-3, in 4
That'd
weeks.
That'd be great.
Now you get to go into Philly, and then you get to go, help or close the gap. But if you take care of the Giants in that 3-game home streak, you close the gap between you and us and them as well. So I think the good thing about the Cowboys is even though we lost this game, all the teams that we're looking up at, they're pretty much on our schedule. So if we take care of business, we'll be where we need to be at. But at the end of the day, we got to get better play from our quarterback. We got to get better play from stopping the run. We got to get better at balancing out the offensive scheme. And I think that Mike McCarthy, that's all up to Mike McCarthy, because if that's the game plan, because I don't blame Mike McCarthy for the 3rd down pass that you speak of in the 4th quarter, because he's not really calling the plays. But what I would like to have him as is more of a strategy, because they play the analytics too much. I mean, like, we should have probably punted that ball, play defense. And
we've talked about this before, though. You know what I'm saying? To blame I blame Mike just as much as I blame Kellen, because
I just blame Mike. That's what I'm just saying. He should not have went for it in that situation. Because the reason that you don't kick it in that situation is because you don't want to give them really good field position, and you're saying, hey, even if we get the first down, we don't get the first down at 7 yards difference. Maybe that's his mentality. But if you think of that as the worst case scenario, you should just punt the ball. Just punt the ball, try to pin them, try to put them within that 10-yard, make them go.
And the Packers had a terrible. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, we seen this script before. They had the ball, 1:30 left, 2 timeouts, and just like wasted it. They like ran it down to 30 seconds, called the time, and then Aaron cussed old buddy out. I was like, bro, that was crazy. That was some Cowboys stuff. You know what they did with that possession? I'm like, Aaron about to go down the field, get in field goal range, and win. You know what I'm saying, bro? They just like was wasting time. Waited to 30 seconds, called a timeout, and then Aaron cussed him out. I was like, bro, that was horrible. That was horrible clock management. And I'm used to us doing some stuff like that. That was surprising to see another team do that. I felt like.
Yeah, I think that happens. I think the stuff that we complain about with coaching in Dallas happens more often around the league. We're just not tuned in as we are to the Cowboys.
And hey, man, you the biggest spotlight. The most worth franchise valued. You got a bigger spotlight. So yeah.
Well, I live here.
The
So
same mistakes the Lakers make, you're not gonna see. You know what I'm saying? The Oklahoma City, it ain't gonna be harped on as much. It is what it is. That's what
right.
come with it.
That's
It
what
is what
come with it,
come with it.
right? That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it happens more often than you think around the league. We just don't. It's not going to be on the national TV media.
But like you said, man, I hope we, turn things around. We can go to that 10-3, like you saying. We're gonna see. I take it week by week. We got things to take
13,
care of.
13 and 4.
We'll see, man. We'll
Thir-
see.
13 and 4.
We'll see. We'll tune in, man. Got the preview coming up later this week. Man, we appreciate the love. Please remember to subscribe, comment, and like on all platforms. We love y'all. We out of here, man. Trey, what you got for them?
Nah, thank y'all for listening. Follow us on
Appreciate it.
Instagram, SportsAttic.
SportsAttic. Bow.